again.
That,
Or it's when it ain't him traffic.
Bard's a cool dude. I've been maining Bard. It's so fun. I'm untowing.
Here, a few of you could break off to respond to the latest night.
Oh, for God's sake. The email that Cross wants me to check is Senior Judge Cross applying for General of the Los Santos Army. Jesus Christ.
We will attach once this vehicle is impounded. We'll see back.
224 same traffic.
400 is a vehicle marked for impound.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Impound successful. 76 better mission route.
224, 76 to the Bleecker at Holwich.
Fuck, I can't drive.
Do you want to transition channel 2 or do you want to just keep this on 3?
Is this all the units that are on duty?
I believe so. I believe the rest of the units are at 10-7 currently at MRP.
I'll go to channel 2 anyway, then in case something pops off.
Time to break some traffic laws. Doesn't matter anyway. We're gonna die in a war tonight, so... No. No Rick rolls today, please. This is a very GTA 5 song. Skirt! Oh shit. We're good. Hey, medics. Don't forget, chat. You can drive like this with HelloFresh. Up to 80% off your first 2 boxes, and then like 20% off your next like 2 months, guys. Use code HFSOC. It's pretty cool. Oh, I can't remember how I put this back, I'll be honest. Do I park it? I can't remember. But it's all in my mind. There we go. Wait, I want my paycheck. Hold on. Yoink. Dude, it's another fucking roasting day in the UK. What's the temperature right now? Why is there a jet out? Huh?
Butts.
Bye-bye.
For you, thank you for the 15 months. Thank you for the butts. Only 21 degrees? Oh, it's 61% humidity, though. Yeah?
Do you know why there's alcohol on the stairs of MRPD?
I imagine it's just wartime stuff. I don't know, really.
I don't think it's a good idea to drink that kind of alcohol before going on patrol.
No, I agree. But I think we'll be able to tell who's drank it because they'll be sloshed. They'll be absolutely sloshed. So
So they will be terrible at the job.
yeah. So you know.
So 70% of PD.
Whoa, Bobby!
I asked,
Have you seen the paperwork for some people?
They said, you know
No.
damn well.
I mean, yes, but no, not specifically.
So I would assume it is fair.
I'm messing around.
They said that they have 2 other suspects in the back, and then the one.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
No. I knew
They're saying
about
they
this
have
for a
a
long
couple
time,
minutes,
like we probably were going to
we're
this.
already here and don't need any.
Were you there last night?
No, but I knew it will happen.
Pursuit order. Me and Espinosa can take the hostage.
Due to me in MCU as the supervisor.
Secondary, and Kylie, you can be
Is
tertiary.
is Brian still making those master documents for MCU stuff?
Yeah,
I have the license.
We still do it, yeah.
It was registered.
But dude,
Right.
it's been slow with the cases. The Colombian just closed.
What was the result on that?
Not guilty of all charges.
Do we have any motor units currently?
Right. Any other cases, big cases lately?
The bombing and killing of
Hold on, what the
Zambas.
fuck is happening here?
Churro, like if they swap to a bike, you're clear to park them straight away. That was the goal.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be here.
I think they did 3 bike swaps, so.
We can switch to channel 1 for the pickup.
I hope they go to Sanguine so I can shoot them.
Well, it's a wind scratch.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was easy. Good job, Mac.
Yeah, good job, Matt.
All right, I'll let you handle this, Bobby. I got your places to be. Oh yeah, what was the Sam Bass trial? What happened?
As far as I know, not guilty.
Who was it, and why not guilty?
I wasn't on the case, so I wasn't too much involved in it. But Remy and Miguel.
Right. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I am tired of the DOJ at the moment, what I heard about it.
Really? So
It feels like
how
our
sure
burden
were
of proof-
MCU that was the those were our people?
To my understanding, again, I was not directly involved in the case due to it was out of my shift. But great belief and knowing that it was those people. There was a lot of evidence pointing at those people. But at the moment, our burden of proof is so high.
Yeah. Okay, that's not great news.
Even without phone subpoenas, like it feels like you need to have enough to arrest them for the crime that you're looking into.
For a phone subpoena?
Yeah,
That's
I
garbage.
feel like lately it's been so high.
What? The whole point of like most of the time with a phone subpoena, you're looking for evidence.
Yeah.
So if you already trying to arrest somebody, why would you need to subpoena them anyway?
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So basically, Pigeon Captain Nova was found with a burner phone documenting everything the Colombians have done. But basically, how did we know? And this has been said. How did we know that he had possession to that phone during the crime?
How did what? Hold on, they don't say that about a hot gun.
Yeah, it is.
So why do they say it about a phone?
I don't fucking know, but it's gonna cause a lot of issues. And we talk like it was brought up between me, Viv, and Aaron last night. It's gonna cause so many fucking issues, and officers are starting not to be comfortable pushing hot guns now due to that statement. How did we know that he had the phone during the crime? It's so fucking stupid.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Yeah, that's just another headache, I guess. Just another headache.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe I won't have to deal with them when I get shot down on the island and I'm dead.
Yeah,
so
I'm thinking the same. That phone had photos of me basically tied and caught up. But how did we know he had it?
okay. All right. Yeah, we'll chat more in detail about this later. I'm gonna go pick Etta up because she's a target at the minute. So I'm gonna ride around with her a bit.
I will figure out how to get this impounded.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Morning, Snow.
Hey, Richard.
You hear the news?
Yeah, I was there last night.
Yeah. I'll chat to you in a bit. I'm gonna pick up the.
At some point.
Yeah. 100%. Right, any fuel at a repair. Bloom's doing a search and seizure, which is nice. Police work's carrying on as normal. For now. Hello.
Hello. Oh, it's Doc.
Why were you
How are you,
honking
Doc?
at me?
I don't know. Because you're driving a cool car.
What do you want?
Why are you laughing at my horn? I was saying hi. I was being friendly with the local law enforcement.
I guess, yes. Yes, such a good day, isn't it, really? Just a fantastic day.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Hey, I heard you guys are at war. We saw you guys trying to shoot down a jet yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
apparently Russ got offered as mercenaries. Is that how much are you going to pay us?
I can't... What were you offered in the first place? What was the initial offer?
They just wanted us to come fight. They didn't give us a number, but you know.
And who
Considering
was
the
that?
parties involved, Stubble and Knight and blah 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 blah. They were dealing with some SAM turret thing that Bucky was trailing around.
Interesting. I'll find you a I'll find some more details and I'll be in contact. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we want a number, man.
Okay.
Give us
A
a
number.
number.
I'll get you a number.
We don't work for free.
Yeah. At Axel. At Stubble. Why am I hearing that we are attempting to hire criminal gangs as mercenaries? Have you two lost your minds? No, let's delete that. Let's keep it professional. Is this true? Question mark. Why does Libby have to be away? I need Libby. It's Libby's away for a few days, and she's not gonna be back until the war's already fucking started. And so I'm gonna have to be the voice of reason. And for some reason, Stubble's going along with it. Stubble, the man I thought should have been the sheriff. I'll be honest, but he's doing great. But what is this? What is going on? I had to put the "is this true?" because it's not that I'm just gonna believe criminals off the bat because they're criminals and they kill us, and now we're gonna try and fight alongside them. Stupid. But also kind of realistic. But not for overseas. Like if it was a you know, if we were getting invaded, I'd be more open to it. Because, you know, criminals still want to protect their home and shit. You know, they're not gonna shoot people helping them, but what the... Oh my god, oh my god. What is happening? Alright, let's go pick up Etta. Starting to think maybe the PD a bad guy. I don't know. I'm starting to think the PD is stupid. Just say the crims exactly. Their only motivation for helping us will be money. And then they get there And then they're like, actually, you know what? If you want to help, and they'll wait for us to like all be shot and shit, and they'll be like, you know what? We'll help if you give us $1 million. And then we're fucking stuck in a contract with a. Oh my god. It's like how companies hire hackers for cybersecurity. Yeah, but like again, a lot of the times it'll be people who are like that American dude who was like a massive hacker and he now works for the NSA. He's American. The NSA is in America. His data needs protecting too. You know what I mean? But we're going somewhere else. They got no motivation other than money. We'll see if it's true or not. You are accidentally gonna get shot. Yeah, just we got Mr. K accidentally shooting cops in the back. But dude, that would be so funny. Though it'd be so fucking stupid. I'll get Jackie snowed. Snow's gonna be shooting me in the back of the head if we go to war. You missed it. This is more. No, this is like a full-on. This is not a gang. This is country v country. Edger!
Oh, good. Hi.
Hi. Why is there absinthe in here? What is? Are you
Oh,
drinking?
No, I'm not. It was a gift that was brought here whenever we first came into office. It's just been sat there. None of us have touched it. Although last night we were tempted, that's for sure. Do you know I was at the negotiation?
Why did you go?
Yeah, why did any of us go? Because we were allowed to speak. So,
Yeah, I watched the video. It's in.
oh, you saw? Yeah, so you're aware of why feel I need to drink. We were up very late last night. I don't even know if Andy ever went to bed or what time she went to bed, but she was still.
What part of the mayor's office having this?
Well,
The decision making.
originally it sounded like, well, okay, so where do I start? I kind of went over it with you when I discussed it yesterday. Actually, can we go somewhere very private? Because these walls are paper thin. I also need to go to Mojito because I need to stress eat.
Okay.
They have a really good fish and chips that is really good for the soul. I was told by Andy that as soon as I woke up, I was to go straight to the city hall and lock myself in the office until a police officer could take me. So, hi, this is me waking up, and that's why I called Flop first. I don't. I need to swing by the clothing store.
We'll go get you one.
I was with Flop earlier, but I had to go back to sleep. I had not had enough sleep at all. I was so tired.
Sleep is good.
Yeah. So I was up probably till like 9 p.m. Then woke up at 1 a.m. for the PD meeting. And then I went right back to sleep after I talked to Flop.
How did the PD meeting go?
Well, it went better than the debrief, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah, I've heard some things about this debrief, but I'd rather get it firsthand from you.
Okay, I can definitely tell you that.
I'm just gonna get your best.
Yeah. It was such a hot mess.
Okay, so what happened at the debrief?
Okay. So I'm sure you saw during the negotiation that Jaeger straight up accepted all of the conditions that were given to him
Dispatch
on the
437.
one condition that he
911.
deal with Moosebeard and not Brian or Justice, right?
Yeah.
And they straight up denied it. So the two of them went into it with really no intention of actually negotiating anything. It was a do this or else.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the mindset that carried over into the debrief. Because, you know, all of this was happening. And okay, so it's a brand new commissioner. Not even Toretti was there. And then the director of MCU, who is what, a sergeant?
Yeah.
Somehow trying to lord all of this power over the entire UPD, even his superiors, which was wild to me, and basically saying, do this or else. Like at one point, Brian literally said, if you go against us, you're an enemy of the state. And even that everybody piped up on that. And I was like, I'm sorry, you're not going to sit here and threaten people. That's not conducive to anything. I was like, you know, they got very defensive and very like, it's my way or the highway kind of thing. And then, you know, Nikki Drool piped up and was like, is there some sort of decree or, you know, something from the Senate showing that they're backing all of this? Because, you know, here we have Brian, who on his best day is a fucking murderer, and Axel Justice, who is brand new. And although he has the best intentions, you know,
Dispatch
nobody really
301,
knows him.
23 911.
And they're saying
Yeah.
the Senate says this, the Senate says that. And all people wanted was just the proof that the Senate was actually backing this, which I don't think was really out of the, you know, like, I don't think it was a ridiculous ask, honestly. And pretty much Brian was like, how long have you been in the UPD? And she's like, 2 years. And he's like, if I tell you to leave this room, are you going to do it? And she's like, if it's an order, yes. And he goes, okay, next. And like he got really disrespectful. Yeah.
Why is he getting so
And then-
power trippy for?
Oh, you have no idea. After that, there was some more back and forth. Let's put it this way. Even Conan piped up and people were agreeing with Conan. When Conan Clarkson is the voice of reason, then you know there's a motherfucking problem.
What did Conan say?
Conan was like, basically when Brian started putting those ultimatums down, that's when Conan was like, I'm sorry, what? You know, it's like, am I in danger? Like, are you going to throw me in prison for 30 years? You know, it's like, I'm scared for my life, guys. I don't know about y'all. Because Brian was literally making it sound like if you disagreed with them, then you were going to be tried for treason and sentenced to 30 years. And then Moosebeard stepped up. And this was what pretty much sealed it for me, because he was the one who brought up him and Brick both. And I mean, Brick was a victim of, you know, the people on the island. Like they made him like fight against people. They tortured him, you know, stuff like that. But even he was like, you know, we just want to know why, you know, he literally agreed to everything if he just didn't have to deal with you, and y'all refused. Why? And they would not answer.
That doesn't sound like to me. Like if there is peace available, if they have to talk to somebody else. And Moosebeard, as much as he's a silly dodger sometimes, he's a capable guy, and he realizes the extent of the situation. It's not like you have to send him in and do completely different negotiations here. It's just that Jaeger has trust in somebody who, if he's going to agree to these negotiations, which, you know, I think the explosive stuff was reasonable. I think the asking to put an embassy was, you know, as a reach. But even Jaeger said he'd agree with it as long as he deals with Moosebit, who has been dealing with Jaeger for a long time because of the whole
They've built
boat
that
thing.
rapport.
Right. The whole. This is the thing, and it's super simple. I'm not trying to knock, you know what, I am trying to knock the commissioner here. One of the things about being a good leader is knowing who is better than you at the things that you're trying to do.
Yes.
If somebody is clearly a better opportunity for peace in the situation, why say no? It's not like you have no control over the negotiations. It's just that somebody else is speaking. You know, they could have pulled aside Moosebeard and say, don't say this, don't do this, don't do this, but go and have the chat. We'll still be there. We'll pipe in if we need to, but you take the reins because he trusts you. It's, I don't know. I watched the video this morning and
it was disgusting.
There was...
Not to mention that at one point, Jaeger literally pulled an RPG rocket off of his back and pointed it at all of us that were lined up like goats to the slaughter.
I don't know why everybody was there. I don't know why it was taking place on a yacht of the fucking aircraft. I mean, I kind of get the aircraft carrier thing, but
yeah, it was a meet them halfway kind of thing.
Why we had all the jets, I have no idea. There was 7 of them. You know what I mean?
There was the entirety of the police force that were on duty was on that aircraft carrier. So they could have initially just wiped out the majority of our force right there and there.
It was very American.
The entire government. I understand the point that the commissioner tried to make was that he wanted them to see the faces of the people that they were going to be going to war against. But at this point, they really don't care.
My issue is...
They really don't.
Could the commissioner name everybody, put everybody in that line right there and then? I bet he couldn't.
I mean,
he's been here 3 weeks.
A lot of people in this city can't, but no, I get your point.
I don't know.
I mean, to have DOC, EMS, I mean, he called Andy literally 5 minutes before we went onto the aircraft carrier to tell, like, hey, we're all coming. So, yeah. Oh my God. It was nerve-wracking, especially for me. I was on a giant boat in the middle of the ocean. Can't swim. So if it had gotten bombed, I was dead either way. Either from the explosion or from drowning. But I went because, you know, I promised Andy where she goes, I go. So...
It says a lot when I would have rather had Pred doing the negotiations than the commissioner after watching that video.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Pred is one of them because he's on the island. So
yeah.
And you know, did you happen to notice the guy that was kind of monkey-like?
Yeah, with the League of Extraordinary Villains over on that side. Yeah.
Yeah. At one point, he pulled out a human kidney and started eating it. So there's an additional concern. If you go over there and fight and you get captured, if you don't die, they're going to eat you.
Okay. You're stressing me out, I'll be honest. Because now you're making me think that there could have been a very much better way for us to actually get our way here, which is fucking United Nations and all this kind of crap. Because if they're eating people, like whose kidney is that? Whose kidney was that? Is that a living person?
I have no idea, but I mean, a human kidney is very like. He literally pulled out a kidney and just started eating it. I don't think many people saw it except maybe the ones on my end, but...
Okay. Let me
You
take
weren't
this.
actually considering going, were you?
Hey, Richard.
What? Hey, Matthew, you all right?
Yes. One thing. We've been experiencing in every Marabunta bank or bank that we identify Marabuntas in, that they use at least 3 bikes every bank, right? So we have usually, if churros around 1 bike, but I know that Libby has granted me temp certs sometimes to get a bike out. So I was wondering if it comes a case that some are Ubuntu bank and we don't have enough bike units, would I be able to get a bike out to battle this epidemic?
Yes, 100%. You know what? Have all the bikes. But you know what? You can have 20 bikes for one of those bikes if you need, because we're all gonna fucking die tomorrow anyway.
We're not gonna die.
Richard,
We're not going.
no.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Oh god,
You
that was
weren't
bad. I just called him
seriously
bad.
considering.
Oh Jesus.
Not gonna
Not
die,
really.
Richard.
We're not gonna die. We're not gonna die. We're gonna live because there's
Yes.
gonna be no war. There's gonna be no war.
Exactly.
There's gonna be peace and harmony. And do you know there's cannibals? Oh god, I shouldn't have told you that. Bye. What did I do?
Richard.
I don't want to go to war.
Oh, then don't.
But if I don't, then my friends, I don't know what Flop's doing. My friends are going to die.
Flop is not going.
Okay, good.
I spoke to him this morning. Unless something has changed since I went to bed, he's not going. Barrick went from a yes to a I don't know now. So that's good.
Well, Libby's
I
out of
need
country,
you-
so I don't know whether she's going to be able to make it back in with the border closed. So that means if any
Oh,
LSPD are going, then I've kind of got a responsibility to
No,
my
you
people. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I
but
signed
first
up
and
for it.
foremost, you have a responsibility to the people who love you here at home.
We got the vest. Let's go get some fish and chips.
Yes, let's do that. Oh God, holes.
Okay, Subble replied. Subble said, because I said, why am I hearing that we're attempting to hire criminal gangs as mercenaries? And he replied, because some people are dumb and haven't discovered how to use their brains. Criminal gangs being used in the ongoing situations as a concept has not entered any conversations. The only parties involved so far is the Special Forces Joint Task Force created by the Commissioner, which is a combination of the San Andreas UPD, DOC, EMS, DOJ, and the Senate. Obviously, how each branch is deployed is very different.
All right, Mojito Inn. They
You won't be
actually have
using any
somebody in
street
the Yellow
gangs.
Pages, and their food is delicious.
Should Mojito Inn's up and Sandy?
Polito.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You want to drive all the way up there for fish and chips?
Yes, it's worth.
Okay.
Plus, it's out of the city where, you know, people might be skulking around looking to shoot me.
Give me 1 second. I need to respond to an email.
No problem. By the way, you're getting paid like thousands of dollars an hour to have me here with you. So,
I am? What does that mean?
yeah. So it was announced that anybody who would be on security detail for government officials would be paid $1,000 an hour. But for the deputy mayors, Andy is going to be paying more than that because she wants us safe at all costs.
I don't need to be paid. This is a job I signed up for.
Yeah, but still, you should be paid for your time and the additional stress of, you know, protecting me.
All right, let's go.
So, how is Matt?
I don't think he's watched the video yet.
Mm.
He had some conversations yesterday with some people,
Yeah.
which, you know, he said already he's not going.
That's good.
Yeah. It's difficult. It's difficult because, like, if we expand the situation a little bit in a hypothetical, if Bass, not Bass, well, you know, okay, let's say if Bass died,
Right.
but Bass was instead the president of the United States. If Bass had died in an explosion, all right, and now this
Right.
new commissioner comes along, who is also the president, right? So they're both the president. A new president comes along and says, hey, there were bombs coming from your country. We need to come in, do this and that, just to stop that manufacturing, so that our country is safe. And then, you know, they declined, and then we went to war, and the president announced we're going to war. I would be very inclined to go. But the way it's being done, and it being just a commissioner and not even like the, you know, the Senate themselves, and then just the way that it was just kind of threats, and that was kind of the whole conversation. It was just threats and no proof. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I haven't even seen any proof.
So from the meeting last night, at the start of the shift, apparently Senator Davis has been brought in, and he spoke with the mayor and Stubble, and like Malton was speaking. I think it was really just a poor choice of speakers, honestly, because I think, don't get me wrong, I know that Commissioner Justice is new, but he does have people's best interests at heart. He does genuinely try to do the right thing. And he is willing to listen to people. He's not the kind of person to just shut people down. That's Brian. And but the problem is that Brian is constantly in his ear. And I think that's ruining him, honestly.
Why is Brian in his ear? I don't understand.
I don't understand either. He's a fucking sergeant. Why is he acting like he has any kind of authority over anybody? Because, I mean, the way that he was speaking to people was wild. At one point, Moosebeard stepped up and was just like, that was the most piss poor explanation I have ever heard in my life as to why they said no about letting Jaeger work with Moosebeard. I can't even remember what it was because it was just word salad that really didn't mean anything.
I mean, Brian's answer, like, during the negotiation was to point out somebody else and say, can we talk with him? Even though they had no...
Yeah.
It was petty. It was
juvenile, yes, and it was not conducive to anything. You have to be the bigger person, and there has to be a give and take. If they were willing to meet our conditions, we should have been willing to meet one of theirs. They literally asked for one thing, but because it takes away control, they said no. That's how I see it.
But it doesn't.
And that in and of itself is a problem. Because if these two are unwilling, at the risk of hundreds of lives, to relinquish any kind of power whatsoever, even just optics, then that's a big fucking problem.
Normally, I wouldn't care much, I'll be honest. This isn't the first time that stuff like this has happened with commissioners and, you know, not talking great.
Yeah.
But when I think you've hit the nail on the head, there's people's lives at risk, and the fact that the commissioner not only did the talking, but let a sergeant assist him in that conversation, a sergeant who is dedicated to investigative work and not international negotiations, and then not letting a politician aka Andy Jones, the current mayor of the island, do any kind of negotiations either.
Right.
It's just a God. I wish I went, but then even still, what would have happened? You know what I mean? Like, what would I have done differently? I mean, obviously, I would have.
They didn't seem like they had any intention of letting anybody speak except for them. It was a bunch of grandstanding, honestly. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I can get you all set up.
Thank you.
How you doing,
Our menu
Lorelai?
is right here. I'm pretty good.
I gotta
Alright,
take
oh,
this.
Sorry.
Hello, dog speaking.
Hey, Dad number 2. I know that we haven't got to talk
Who is
very
this?
much. It's Trey.
Is this a scam?
No, it's Trey Romano. It's your son.
I don't have a son called Trey Romano.
Oh, okay. Well, Rhodes is my dad, so by proxy, you're dad number 2.
Nope, Rhodes is not your dad.
Well, he's definitely my dad. And
Okay,
that's
are you
exactly
trying to get him
what
killed?
my dad.
If you start saying that he's
No,
your
but
dad, at this point, he's going to be shot.
I've been saying he's my dad for like 6 months, Dark.
Right, but that was before you're currently an enemy of the state.
Okay. Well, listen. I understand that I'm the black sheep of the family. I understand that you probably want to disown me, Dad. But I just wanted to say that for what it's worth, I'm sorry about how everything went down. I'm sorry that your senators and your mad with power commissioner wanted this war more than they wanted peace. And I'm sorry that they're sending your officers to their deaths. And I hope that one day you'll look back on our relationship and you'll tell me you're proud of me for standing up for myself.
They have people asking cops questions to see if they're sympathizers.
Yeah, because it's propaganda, Dark. They wanted this war from the start. This is not something new, regardless of what they'll have you believe. They have wanted this war for months. And they have been pushing and prodding and trying anything they can to poke the bear. And they're finally getting their way.
Whether I agree with this war or not, we've had lots of people die and lots of people injured with explosives that have come from the island.
Dark, do you want to really sit there and tell yourself that every explosive that goes off in Los Santos is a responsibility of Sanguine Isle? Do you really, truly believe that?
No.
Or do you want to look at reports and see that there were bombings in Los Santos far before we inhabited this island?
Listen, I don't disagree with you. I think the negotiations for a search and a cooperation to put a stop to the explosives coming out of that place were positive. That's what I wanted. I think
Hey, we were willing to have a conversation, just not with Knight or Axel. We gave them options. We would have talked to Chip. We could have got you. We could have got Rhodes. We would have got to Reddy. We asked for Moosebeard because he was present. We gave them outs. We gave them opportunities. We would have loved peaceful resolution. You think we want this war? You think we want to decimate your officers? You think we want to put our own lives on the line? Let us not forget, Dark, that your Senate and your officers have fought a war before, and they lost to a bunch of motorcyclists that hobjobbed together a rusted out compound in 4 weeks. This island is previously inhabited by a dictator and a fucking militia, Dark. We will decimate your officers, and every toe tag that comes back to you can be addressed tonight in Axel.
You're preaching to the choir, I'll be honest.
My point is, we don't want those deaths. We don't want this to happen. We gave your commissioner an opportunity to seek peaceful resolution, and he blames Jaeger for not putting aside his ego for these negotiations. But neither could Knight or Axel when the time called for it to save countless innocent lives. So again, I would say to you, though I am an enemy of the state, I hope that one day you'll look back on me as your son, and you'll say, I'm proud of him for standing up for what he believed in, even if it wasn't necessarily right. This isn't about the bombs, Richard. This isn't about any of that. This is about proving that the message is loud and clear from the state of San Andreas. Obey or die.
Listen, I don't know what's gonna happen, but just know that there's still people on the side that understand that there are actual human beings living over there, and not just people to die, I guess.
If I cut the bullshit for 2 seconds with you, Dark, I called you because I would like to think in the interactions that we've had via proxy or directly with Rhodes, etc. I would say we've always had an amicable relationship. And
yeah,
what I wanted to say to you is that if I don't get the chance to say it to your face, I'm very proud of you. And you're an excellent officer. And I'm sorry that things turned out the way they did. And I'm sorry that things are going to go the way they are. But we were left with little to no choice.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. I wish I was there last night. I don't know
wish
whether
you
it would
were
have gone
too.
differently, but
I don't think it would have. Because like I said, I feel like we weren't there to negotiate, Richard. We were there to get a list of demands, and if we didn't comply, there was only one opportunity, and that was war. There was no negotiating room. This wasn't entering an equal footing and being able to ask each other for a give and take. This was do what we say, or it is war. And so if that is what your senators and your commissioner that you've only had for a few weeks want, then I will echo Jaeger in saying that maybe we can all hope that your third commissioner will actually get this right.
the only thing I can ask, if this happens, just I don't know what kind of position you hold over there with Jaeger.
On the right hand of the king.
Just make sure innocent people are left out of it.
What I'll tell you is this. We won't shoot to kill the good ones, but we will absolutely shoot to kill these patriots of yours. And you know how we're being held to the standard of if we get caught, we're serving 30 years? The same goes for any of your officers that feel red-blooded enough to come to this island and storm the beach. We will lock them up on this island for 30 years until the military comes and takes it from us.
Understood.
That being said, most of your officers seem to actually be able to differentiate right from wrong. Also, yeah, let me just say, I would say like a solid 60 to 70% of your active officers are not on the side of this war, and they have openly and actively reached out to Jaeger and myself to let us know of the disapproval rating of this war that is being stoked. It's not looking good, and most of your good officers are staying out of this. But the best officers are not being given a choice, and that is concerning for you guys.
Is that true? You've heard that they're not getting a choice?
Yeah, no. I mean, people like Snow, people like Stubble, people like Mueller. You know, these are people that I have immense amount of respect for. They don't get a choice because of their position. When you're in a leadership position, if you don't go, how bad does that look? Especially when your job is on the line if you don't. From my understanding, Stubble is going because if he doesn't go, HVTU won't go.
Yeah. I guess that's, guess I'm in the same bucket as those guys then.
Yeah, but what I heard is that Knight and Axel have done a horrendous job of communicating cross-shift to you guys on what this is even going on for. Did you know that Johnny Devine came to this island undercover to try to infiltrate our militia? You know that the state of San Andreas broke their treaty with the island first? And that we let him live? They probably won't tell you that.
I'm aware. I wasn't aware in the first place, but I was aware after everything came out.
You were aware once it got caught. So it was like a situation where they didn't plan on telling you the truth, but once it went bad, they had to. Sounds like a lot of your officers are on a need-to-know basis until their lives are on the line, Dark.
Can you tell me, what's Fred's position in all this?
We're just letting Pred be Pred, to be honest, Dark. He's got enough hatred in his heart to mow down dozens of you. And as far as we're concerned, an ally is an ally.
Okay.
He's also the loudest voice in the room, and lucky for us, people will listen to him. Something that your police department quickly forgot.
Well, I guess I appreciate the sentiment here. I don't know. Listen, it's gonna last for me. I don't plan on going over there to kill people. If I'm gonna go over there, it's to keep my people alive, because I don't know whether anyone's gonna have that. I don't think
How exactly do your officers plan on getting close to this island, Dark? Do they plan on using Leviathan as a command center?
You know, I can't confirm or deny any kind of plans.
I mean, just hypothetically speaking, that would probably be the smart move, right? Because you'd want to be as close as you could be without the risk of danger.
Sorry, I can't say nothing. I'm not going to say
anything. Are you
anything.
familiar with what was spotted off of the coast of Los Santos yesterday?
No.
Okay, well, I'll leave it at this, Dark. I wish your officers the best of luck, okay? And should I see you out there and should we come face to face, I promise you'll get home safely.
Listen, the guy that was crawling around, don't let him eat me if I get caught.
Oh, yeah. So, I actually forgot about that. I can't speak for people like that. They're kind of, they're local islanders. They're going to defend this island with their fucking, their last tooth and nail. So that's like a problem you're going to have to sort on your own.
Appreciate the heads up.
All right. Well, Dark, again, I appreciate you and Rhodes. You guys have always been good to me. The whole dad thing was mostly just me. I mean, if I could pick parents, it would be you two, for what it's worth. But for me, it was mostly a consoling factor to make me not feel so isolated. However, it was built off respect, and so I will. I'll see you when I see you. Feel free to visit me in MaxSec whenever you get the chance.
I will.
All right.
Take care, Trey.
Appreciate you, Dark.
Bye.
Later.
Can't confirm nor deny because I don't know anything.
Are you starving?
Yeah.
All right, I'll put the food in the glove box. It's funny. The more that I talk to people about this, the more I realize, oh my god.
That was Trey on the phone.
Who the fuck is that?
Jaeger's right-hand man.
Wait, Trey.
Is it Romano?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's funny. I actually met him like my first day in the city. No, like my first week, I think it was. I ran into him and some guy named Vasily, I think.
Vasily? Yeah, doesn't ring a bell. But yeah, it
They're
was
like cousins or something.
mainly, I don't know how to. It's difficult. It was half
He was
a.
there, right?
He was there. It was half an apology for things to come. Really, just kind of reaching out of respect, and I think he was. I don't know whether he was trying to get through to me or so distrust, or I don't know. I don't know whether he has that, whether he was thinking that way, but apparently, I don't know if it's true, but apparently there's officers since last night that have reached out to him and Kane and about their unwillingness to participate and
Oh
and
boy.
such,
Can you stop
which
this
is
barn up here on the right?
yeah, but it's very dangerous for people to be doing that at the minute. I don't know why.
Yeah, it is. That's a very. Oh my god. That's so irresponsible. Step out.
Is this a good place to have a meeting?
Yeah, it's mine.
What is this building?
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Firefly Hollow.
It's empty.
Well, yeah, I just got it, and I haven't been able to really do anything with it yet. Now that war and everything. So.
How did you get this place?
It's my business.
What are you gonna do with it?
It's gonna be a botanical gardens / apothecary store. I'm gonna sell herbal remedies and poultices and salves, and I'm gonna have a huge fairy garden that people can come and relax and have parties or go on dates or even get married if they want to.
That's cool. I
So,
like it.
Yeah, I just got the storefront, so I'm just kind of in the works of securing a decorator, working out the floor plan. Yeah, there's a lot of work going into this before I can actually get started on it. But then war happened, so I've had to put that to the side.
Come outside. I've been trying to buy that place, the barn, for a very long time.
What, the one behind us?
Yeah, that one. I want to convert it into a house.
Oh.
Yeah, I want a barn conversion house. I'm just a cow.
You haven't talked to Flop at all about houses recently, have you?
Not recent. I mean, yeah, not recently. Not since I come back.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind.
Well, yeah, this is very nice. Actually, I look forward to visiting this place.
Yeah, that's why I figure this area right here, I'll put like a big sign.
Oh, a big sign, yeah.
Yeah.
You should decorate the front door a little bit, just make them like all flowers and stuff.
Yeah, I want to find. I need to get a graphic designer to put something together. I showed you the logo, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll send you.
Text me.
I think I showed Matt. But yeah.
It's very exciting. There's a mayhem spray on your building. It's a.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that because the mayhem are all very sweet, and they have no problems with me being in Toledo. So.
They're a motorcycle gang.
I know they are, but they also have a friendship with me, and they are all nice to me. And if that means that my store won't get fucked with, then so be it, especially considering that there are other gangs out there that hate my guts.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, as much as we don't like to work with criminals, it's a necessary evil in this city.
Send me a text with it.
There you go.
Oh, that's very cute. I like that. That's nice. Firefly. Hold on. Are you gonna have fireflies in there?
I hope so, yeah. Maybe we'll see if they can fly in every now and then.
That'd be cute.
Make sure to
Cool.
leave the windows open so they can come and go as they please.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this whole sanguine. I'm very conflicted.
Like I said yesterday, I don't know if you got a chance to